Hey everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday. It's been wonderful for me. Um, I just wanted to come and make a quick video because I really want to thank everybody who answered the question that I posted yesterday. And that question was, why are you single? Okay, and I had, two of my best sisters answer the question beautifully, and they were very honest, and I really appreciate that. Shamir, Shantae, thank y'all so much. We've been rocking for a long time, so I appreciate y'all doing that. And I also want to thank Miss Lemon Love of the Bitter Lemon podcast. I thank you so much for you know commenting, and then also giving your answer on your podcast. I appreciate that so much. You guys have to excuse my camera. I'm using my computer camera. I'm in my she shed, and I have no natural light, so if it looks janky, I'm sorry. But like I said, I just want to come on here and just thank everybody for answering that question. I also had another gentleman by the name of Jura. I don't remember his last name, but he also answered very honestly. You know, and if you're just seeing this video, go ahead and read the comments. Everybody was just, I appreciate everybody for doing that. But I'm making this video to say thank you, and to also just lend my opinion. And this is just that, it's my opinion on, the question, because I'm not single anymore. I used to be. But I just want to lend my opinion on, why people are single. I do have a lot of friends who are single, and some of my friends are like, yeah, I'm cool with being single, and that's cool. But some of my friends like really want to be in a relationship, and I understand that because I was there. I've been there before. Really wanted to be in a relationship, and I would try so hard, meet somebody, and hopefully things will go well, and blah 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 blah. And yep, nope, just another failed relationship. That's okay. So I just wanted to lend my opinion. Okay. So in my opinion, and from my experience now, um, I'm gonna just say I was single for three reasons. And it's probably more reasons than these three, but I was single for three reasons. The main reason was that, one of the main reasons was that I didn't know myself. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know, the inner self, my inner self. You know, I didn't, of course, I know my favorite color. I know, what I like to eat. I know what I like to do. This, and this. That's surface stuff. But my inner self, I had no idea who she was. So I had to get that together. Um, I had to get to know myself and be comfortable being alone with myself. Because at first, on that journey of getting to know myself, it was scary. You know, who wants to be a single mother? And you have to be at home alone. You have to, take care of your children alone. You have to go to the doctor with your children alone. All that stuff. Like, who wants to do that? And it's scary. It really is. And hence that's why I kept trying to put myself in a relationship, but I had to learn how to get comfortable being by myself. And so being by myself afforded me the ability to, um, understand truly who I am. I was able to spend time reading very good books, listening to good music. Um, I enjoy being in my home space that I created, you know, for me and my children. I enjoy cooking new recipes. I found out so many different interests that I didn't even know were there, you know, and I had to figure all that stuff out being by myself. Those, days where it's just absolutely quiet, I had to think. I needed time to think and go over some things and, figure out who am I really, you know? And I'm still, it's a journey for everybody every day, and I'm willing to stay on that journey. I want to figure out exactly who I am so that I can be more productive in my marriage. I want to be more productive as being a parent, productive and being a friend, but I have to know who I am first. So that's one of the things that I did, figure out. Another thing that I needed to do was I needed to explore some things that went on in my past. Um, like I said, Shamir, Shantae, y'all know me. Y'all know everything, and I'm an open book, but right now, this is not that type of video. So I'll just say that for me growing up, I did not see a lot of positive relationships between men and women. I always would see, women fussing and cussing, at their man or about their man. I would always see, men being sneaky, doing different things behind their woman back. I've seen, men beat up on a woman. I've seen women tear up a man's property. I've seen, just, the whole plight of being a single mother. That was my mother's existence in itself. So, you know, growing up in that type of environment, it made me kind of fear the unknown. You know what I mean? So, at growing up, I didn't realize that it really is a possibility of being in a good relationship, a good, healthy relationship where people don't lie to each other, people don't cheat on each other, people don't fight each other, people don't stab each other in the back, people don't call each other out their name. Like, it really, really is a relationship like that, and I could have one. So, what I had to do was I had to explore some of those past situations, and I had to realize that some because I experienced some of those things and I saw those things play out, as a young person. I kind of like play into those type of scenarios when I decided to make choices in being in relationships. I kind of played into those things. You know, because again, I just didn't really know. All I knew was he killed. And that really didn't make a big difference at the end of the day. I still, it just didn't make a difference. How about that? Um, so yeah, I had to figure that out. So what I did was I spent a lot of time instead of being around people who were always arguing and fighting and all of that stuff, and I started spending time with people who have been married for 50, 60 years. You know, how do you do that? I wanted to know, how do you do that? How do you do that, and for real, love each other? You know what I mean? How do you go day by day by day with one person and, show them support and show them love? I needed to see some examples of that. So I spent a lot of time with old people. And I listened to older people. I listened to older women, even older women who may have lost their husbands, in death or whatever. They would tell me, like, it wasn't always easy, but she knew or they knew that their husbands really loved them. You know what I mean? And it wasn't all material stuff either. They knew, like, deep, for real, like their husbands loved them. And I would just kind of cling to those type of people. So that was one change that, really, really did help me um, make a better choice in a relationship. Um, and the biggest thing that I had to really, really do was I had to love myself. See, all of that, all that, hair, you do your hair, you do your nails, your makeup, your this, your that, that's not really, really loving yourself for real. It's not. Because for me, like, I would look at myself and I would find something that I didn't like about myself. Or I would do something that was pretty much self sabotaging. I guess, why would I stab myself in my back? Because I didn't love myself. I didn't love myself. So, once I identified that I'm lacking in self love, I started to really, get down and just do some research and just realize that, hey, I am lovable. I am. I'm lovable. I can start loving myself. You know what I mean? I can love, who I am for what I am, my struggles. I can love my success. I can love, the way I look, fat, skinny, bald head, long hair, whatever. You know, I can love that because know that I'm worthy of unconditional love. So I needed to start doing that for myself, and I couldn't expect anybody to just come in, and say, okay, well, I love you, you know, and I don't even love myself because you know what? Then, in the past, I have shown that, in relationships, I don't love myself, so I wasn't even really capable of loving a person that I was with in my past relationships. Is that making sense? Like, I couldn't really give that person my 100% because I wasn't giving myself 100%, basically. So it caused a lot of confusion and hurt and upset and, whatever. So I had to start loving myself. And, once I did that, um, I was pretty much okay with being single. And I was okay with waiting for the right person. Because with self love, it is not about let's hurry up and, get with the first guy who says he likes whatever. No, self love is about, you know, knowing what you can and cannot tolerate. Self love is knowing what you are worthy of, what type of treatment you're worthy of, you know, because there's so many things in this world that will trick you into believing that you're not worthy of nothing. Not to mention the fact that, my upbringing, and it's a lot of young ladies now and, that grew up in my era, we were automatically taught in a lot of ways not to love ourselves. You realize that? I had to catch that. I had to realize that, especially for me, you know, my mother was a single parent, so I kind of had to hold it down for her. So being a sister, you know, I had to support my mother by helping take care of things in the household, including my sister. You know what I mean? I had to, support in other ways, and that kind of like went on in the rest, throughout my life, where I feel like I had to take care of everybody else, and I didn't have to take care of myself. Or, it wasn't necessary. You just have to go, 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 and take care of everybody else. You're not important. See, that was a message that I believe I got growing up. And that's not always a bad thing. It's just, I had to come to that realization that, hey, I am important enough to love myself. I can do that. You know, I can sit down and just, be glad that I am who I am and I came through, whatever it is I needed to come through. I love myself. I love myself. As hard as it was at first to try to do it, I do. I love myself. And so, because I love myself, I can love my husband unconditionally. You see what I'm saying? I don't have no hang ups about, oh, you're not doing this, or, oh, this should be better, or whatever. No, I love you. I love my husband just the way he is. I love my children just the way they are. You know what I'm saying? It's a practice. If you could practice loving yourself, you can definitely succeed at loving someone else. So that's just my little story. That's my little, opinion. I would definitely suggest, I'm not saying, you got to do it, but I would just suggest that, you know, you take time and get to know yourself. You know what I'm saying? Men and women, take some time. It's okay to be by yourself. It is for a minute until that right person comes along. Take time to be by yourself. Take time to get to know yourself. Make dates and plans for yourself. Whatever you like to do or whatever you think you might like to do, go ahead and try to explore that. You know what I mean? Also, you want to kind of look at your past a little bit and see, what things in your upbringing may be hindering you now. If you think that, certain pathologies that were going on as a child, or, in your young adulthood, may be hindering you from being in a successful relationship, explore it. You know, take the time to explore that. Get that together. You know, it definitely, you want to just start to develop complete self love. You know, no matter what. No matter what, you gotta love yourself. You gotta love who you are unconditionally. No conditions. You know what I mean? None. Just love yourself. Every time you look in the mirror, every time you do whatever it is that you do, love it. Because it's you. Because guess what? What if you know, never really get into a relationship or whatever? What if you ain't got no kids? What if, you know what I'm saying, is nobody else here on this earth? Who gonna love you? And you might think about that. Who gonna love you? You gotta love yourself. You have to do that. And like I said, I appreciate everybody's comment, you know, and you know, hopefully soon I could post some more questions, you know, relationship questions, because I like that type of stuff, you know, and I really see that personally, a lot of African American people are struggling in that department, and it's, I don't like it. I don't like to see that, because we need each other. We really do. We really need each other. We need the family, you know, the family structure, especially the black family structure. That's our biggest weapon against, you know, anything as far as white supremacy. That's our biggest weapon, but we need to get that together in that area. So, yeah, I would like to, you know, ask some more questions and get a good discussion popping, you know, from time to time. Some things to think about, some things that we could, you know, maybe hash out. I mean, it doesn't make me a difference. You know, people want to, if they got a difference of opinion, that's okay. You know what I mean? But at least we're able to just get it out and talk about it, or whatever the case may be. I would be just more than grateful for that, you know. And guys, got any questions for me? I am more than happy to answer them. You know, I'm an open book. I don't have nothing to hide. That's for real. I love myself enough to be able to tell the truth about myself. So, you know, I love y'all for real. And thank you so much once again. Y'all have a good, good evening. Peace.